in the time of Hezekiah HaMelech, there was this Napoleon of the Middle East. He was named Sennacherib, and he conquered the whole Middle East. Almost every country, like from Persia on till Greece, was under his regime. And he sent soldiers to, and Yerushalayim, at that time, how big Yerushalayim was? Just remember that Modin, where we are living, that's where the high priest was living. And he was living at the outskirts of Yerushalayim. Millions of people lived in Yerushalayim. Millions. It was a huge city, right? And they had a wall around it, not like today, the little wall around the old city. At that time, there was a wall, right? And the wall was broken. Never was destroyed, but the wall was around. Okay, so here, Brother Sennacherib, all the Eden, whenever there was a war, they would all come to Yerushalayim, all of Israel, and behind the walls, nobody could get them. So Sennacherib sent one army after the other, and they said, we can conquer Yerushalayim. So Sennacherib said to the generals, you're cowards, you don't know how to do it, I'm going there myself. Brother Sennacherib. So, Hezekiah, it's a whole long story. Hezekiah was supposed to be Mashiach, because he was like, wow. So anyway, when did he arrive on the hills of Yerushalayim, so you can look down to the city? He arrived on Erev Pesach. And Hezekiah said, I'm not even fighting him. God will fight him. We just ignore him.
How many years ago was this?
This is approximately, it was in the middle of the first temple. Right? So, listen to me, it's about nearly 2000 to the destruction of the second temple, right? The second temple was 420 years. And then 70 years in Babylon. And the first temple was about 410. And this was approximately at the 150th year of the temple, right?
It was about 680, 700 BC. It was about, because it was just before, it was about the time of the zealots of the 10 tribes.
Yeah. So, you're 100% right. So when were the...
About 2,700 years.
2,700.
Almost.
That's what they say when the 10 tribes were exiled.
720, wasn't it? 720 BC?
BC could be.
Thank you.
Anyway, end of the Yagmal.
Yes, that's question to keep it.
Anyway, to make it very short. Okay, he looks down at the city, and he was thinking where the soldiers walking up and down. Couldn't believe it. First of all, he looks down at the city. He says, what? This is a little city here, and my soldiers can't take it. It's disgusting. But he said, let me look down. Then he saw that everybody is running around preparing for the Korban Pesach. So he says, you know what? First, let me take a rest. I'm tired. Let me sleep. Okay, sleeps a little bit because he has time. A city like this takes him 5 minutes for Sanskrit. Okay, he waits till about Mincha time. Mincha time, he didn't bring the Korban Pesach. And it was strict orders from Hezekiah HaMelech. You're not fighting, we're not putting up any soldiers. Ma'amash Hashem Yelochem Lochem. God will fight for you. You see what it is? Basically, and I don't want to get involved too much in it, what was wrong with the Meraglim? See, the Meraglim thought that we have to conquer Israel in a natural way. God will help us, but in a natural way. And they said, in a natural way, we have the way of conquering it. Right? But you see, this is why Moshe Rabbeinu couldn't go into Israel. Because whatever Moshe Rabbeinu does is supernatural. See, if Moshe Rabbeinu would have gone in, there would be no fighting. Sad enough, only Yeshua went in, had to be a little bit fighting. But Hezekiah was on the level like Mashiach, right? He don't have to do anything. God does the whole thing. So, Mamash comes Mincha time, all the Yiddelach coming there, singing, dancing, Gewalt. He got a little bit suspicious. He says, there must be a trick, right? Because probably they are coming from the back. And when the misleaders in the city, they're singing, and then they think we won't watch. In the meantime, we'll study from the back. And the Gemara says, the deepest there, the Midrash, that on a down-to-earth level, suddenly someone says, yeah, there was some tumor a little bit, and they thought that the Yidden are coming from their back to kill them, because they couldn't believe that they're not fighting, right? And then suddenly there was, yeah, I see them coming, says, yeah, they're coming, how many, thousands, millions, and they all run away. Then there is another Medrash, Kodesh, that, can you imagine how beautiful it sounded? The Medrash says that, every Yid would eat the Korban Pesach on his roof. Look at Shchene, they will all come, on the streets, mostly on the roof, and eat the Korban Pesach, and they would sing. And the singing was so beautiful, that the Assyrians had no vessels for this. But for 1 second, God let them hear how it sounded, and they died just because they couldn't take it. Unbelievable. Anyway, so after 12, it's a different world, right? It's like Mamash already in Mashiach.